All right, good evening. We'll go ahead and call our work session to order. Our first item of business is a financial update for fiscal year 26 with our CFO, Ms. Pickle.
Well, good evening, Commissioner.
Good evening.
Oh, that's in the right spot, if you guys can hear me. And so this is the first one for FY26. So, okay, we're getting off to a good start. It looks like the revenues for the general fund are at 4%. That's below the 8.33% of the year, but that's as expected. So it's not actually low. This is the low time of year. As you know, we haven't sent out our tax bills yet or for sanitation and stormwater, so those don't go out until 10/1. So after that and through February, we expect for it to just keep climbing after that. So this is the low end of the revenues. Expenditures for the general fund are at 8%, so that's actually right on the dot. We're at 8.33, so that's at 8%. So everything's going well there. The solid waste and stormwater, of course, their revenues are about the same as the general fund because we're collecting the same time as property taxes. The other revenues are coming in as expected though, and everything looks good. So no expenditures are over, and the some of the revenues are actually over for the other funds, but that should even out before the end of the year. So everything's looking good. So we're off to a really good start.
Excellent. We're in the valley of the peaks and valleys.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Questions?
Any questions? All right. Thank you, Ms. Pickle. All right, moving on to item number 2 for policy reviews with our HR director, Ms. Perry. These will be presented as resolutions for votes at the September 2nd meeting.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just presenting the debt policy, which we've already had in place, and we have just brought it up to date. We have added a supervisor responsibility policy to make all the responsibilities, responsibilities of all of our supervisors, like a even playing field, and then they can add their extra things for each individual department. Human resources, talk about how we are working to be an employer of choice and how we get to keep our employees that way. And we are also looking to credit qualifying experience to mid-career for people that we might be employing as a benefit of coming to work here.
Excellent. Were there any changes to the debt policy?
No, we just kind of updated some terms.
Oh, okay.
Just brought it into, we red banked it up a little bit.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
it's pretty generic.
Okay. Made it more specific to our city. Okay.
Our actual goals that we have.
Okay. All right. Any other questions,
I had just
Commissioner?
clarification with the supervisors overseeing other employees. Is there a consistent form that they annually or biannually check, or if there's a question, it's brought before
No,
HR if there's an
that's
issue?
what we're trying to establish. Like, we have certain things that every supervisor needs to know how to do and is responsible for and expected to do. And then like the police supervisors are going to have different responsibilities on top of what other forest supervisors are going to have to do.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you very much. Moving on to item 3. All of our items are on our consent agenda other than our unfinished business. So this item is for September being Suicide Prevention Month, resolution number 25-1822. I think we have a short video to show.
I'm going to read the resolution.
Okay.
And then I'll just take a couple minutes video. We're just bringing recognition to this awareness for the month.
Okay.
A resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Red Bank, Tennessee, proclaiming the month of September as Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Whereas suicide is a serious and preventable public health issue that affects individuals, families, and communities across the United States. And whereas, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, suicide is among the leading causes of death in the United States, with Tennessee consistently ranking among the states with high rates of suicide. And whereas the stigma surrounding mental health conditions and suicide often discourages individuals from seeking help, and open conversation and education are key to prevention. And whereas organizations such as the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, the Tennessee Suicide Prevention Network, and local mental health providers work tirelessly to provide resources, crisis support, and education aimed at preventing suicide and promoting mental wellness. And whereas Suicide Prevention Awareness Month is an opportunity to raise awareness, educate the community, reduce stigma, and encourage those in need to seek help. And whereas the City of Red Bank recognizes the importance of supporting efforts to reduce suicide through prevention, education, and increase access to mental health services. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Commission of the City of Red Bank, Tennessee do hereby proclaim the month of September as Suicide Prevention Awareness Month in Red Bank, Tennessee, and urges all citizens to strive to prevent suicide and to raise awareness and tolerance around people affected by this tragedy. And I'll stop there.
Thank you, Ms. Perry. Thank you, Ms. Perry. If I could, I mention you uploaded the Tennessee Suicide Prevention Network resource packet into our agenda work session packet online at redbanktn.gov. So if you need access to local regional resources, that's a great place to look. And as a social worker who works in emergency mental health, I am very grateful that we are recognizing this month for suicide prevention awareness. And I'm grateful, for all the work that folks in the mental health field do to help our neighbors in need. Do we have any other comments or questions at this time?
I'm thankful that it's in the open, that we can encourage people to seek help. I've been in counseling myself, never thought I would, but it causes us to pause and take a moment to talk about it and to be available, whoever we are, then to seek help, share that 988 number whenever possible.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item 4, approve quarterly $12,500 payment to Trust for Public Land for on-call park support in a total amount not to exceed $50,000 annually. Resolution 25-1823, Mr. Gravy.
Thank you, Mayor Dalton, and good evening, Commission. This resolution is more housekeeping than anything else. At our last commission meeting, I brought to you a resolution to award Trust for Public Lands this RFQ for helping out with park support, which you all unanimously approved. And so this is just allowing us to make those payments of the budgeted amount of $50,000 for the year in installments of $12,500.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Gravy. Any questions?
Will this authorize all 4 quarterly payments, or is this just for this one quarter?
This is for all 4 quarterly payments, so we won't have to keep coming back to commission for this.
Excellent. Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Gravy. Moving on to item number 5, apply for the Arts Build CCC grant in an amount of up to $2,000 for active older adults classes. Resolution number 25-1824. Mr. Gravy.
Thank you. So before we jump into this resolution, I just want to do a quick dive into the past 3 years, the past 2 years of Parks and Recreation. So with the 2023 commission goal of developing parks, trails, and recreation in the city of Red Bank, you all achieved that by bringing on a parks manager. And then our goals have moved on now to being able to implement the Parks and Recreation Master Plan, which is a current 2025 commission goal. With that, we were able to bring on Tegan Barber full-time as our program coordinator. One of her main duties under program coordinator is the activation and growth of our active older adults program, which is our Red Bank Seniors program. And so with that, I'd like to invite Tegan to come up to speak about this grant application, as she will be the one administering the programs.
Excellent.
Good evening,
Welcome, Ms.
Mayor and
Barber.
Commissioners.
Good evening.
Thank you, thank you. So I'm here to present a resolution requesting commission approval to apply on behalf of the city of Red Bank to the Community Central Connection CCC grant administered by ArtsBuilt. This grant opportunity directly aligns with our commission goal of implementing the Parks Master Plan by expanding our active older adults program. Over the past year, Parks and Recreation has made intentional efforts to build the AOA program with inclusive and participant-desired programming, keeping the growth steady and made possible through grants such as ArtsBuilt, CCC, and key partnerships with groups like the Chattery. This grant, if awarded, will be non-matching in the amount of $2,000. Eligible expenses include artist fees, supplies, marketing, and community engagement. We are hoping to have 5 instructors with 11 art classes over the span of 3 months, and the AOA Art Gala to finish it all up on December 4th to showcase the AOA's artwork. This grant represents a meaningful opportunity to continue bringing arts and culture to those who need it most in Red Bank and the surrounding community. I look forward to your support in making this project a reality. Does the commission have any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Barber. I don't at this time. Commissioner?
It's a pretty well-attended program, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, so some data, if you're interested in that. I'm personally a data-driven person. We have 104 AOA members participating in the 17 art classes hosted by the City of Red Bank at the Tom Weathers Community Center, with 4 unique art instructors, 2 of those being through the Chattery, and that has been over the course of the fiscal year 2025.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Can you say the date again for the showcase?
Yes, December 4th.
December 4th, okay.
Yes,
I thought
and
I
we
heard
have-
September 4th and that sounded really
okay.
soon.
That would
December
be really
4th.
bad. We're starting in September for the art classes, and then it will go September, October, November, and then showcasing December 4th. We do not have a time yet, but that's to be determined shortly.
Wonderful. Which will come on the heels of our inaugural Red Bank Art Festival happening September 27th.
That's right,
So,
absolutely.
very
Very
excited.
excited about that.
Yes. Any other questions for Ms. Barber?
No, there was just a clarification. It's on Tom Weathers Drive. It's
Yes,
Joe Glasscock Community Center.
absolutely. I
So
will add
just
that
the
in.
name, I know.
Thank you, Commissioner.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to item 6, accept a donation of approximately 7.7 acres of land from Trust for Public Land, known as The Field. Resolution number 25-1825, Mr. Grady.
Thank you, Mayor Dalton. And commissioners, I am very, very excited to be bringing this resolution to you this evening. With our partnership with Trust for Public Lands, they have been working in tandem with us over the course of the past 2 years on a property that is known as The Field, that all of you are very familiar with. We had previously done a resolution setting a vision forth for the field back in 2024 that the commission approved. And between that time and now, Trust for Public Lands has worked at a national level to help us get this donation from the what is that HOA called?
Hill Point.
The Hill Point, thank you. From the Hill Point HOA. And so I've spent lots of hours speaking with different TPL members and working with their attorneys and with our city attorney to be able to bring this to you today. But we are ready to execute the donation agreement to accept 7.7 acres of land from the Hill Point HOA. And if you look at the picture that is taken up on the far side by the White Oak Connector Trail, there's a little rectangle with a pigtail coming off of it. That orange property is what we would be accepting from the HOA. The green is everything that they're retaining. So they would be retaining a buffer zone around their entire property. We would also be accepting 5.1 acres over by White Oak Park, so that in the future, we will be poised and ready to be able to expand trail access over to that. And hopefully one day to be able to bring a trail down from Pine Breeze down into White Oak Park and connect over to the connector trail. So it's being a kind of a multifaceted donation right now. One, so that we have the full access into the grounds of the field to continue our work with TPL, and also for future trail access over at White Oak Park.
Excellent. We're very grateful to TPL for having those conversations on behalf of our city and the work around the field. Do we have any questions or comments at this point in time?
Wonderful. Thank you,
Okay.
Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Gravy. All right, item number 7, apply, accept, and enter into agreement for the digital literacy grant in an amount of up to $9,000, resolution number 25-1830. Mr. Gravy.
Thank you. Well, now that Tegan is full-time Tegan, we want to make sure that we're keeping her busy. So we are looking to apply for a technology literacy grant in the amount of up to $9,000 non-matching. But I would like to invite again, program coordinator Tegan Barber to come speak on behalf of this program, as she would be facilitating it.
Welcome back, Ms. Barber.
Thank you again, Commissioners. I am again requesting commission approval for Red Bank to submit an application to the National Council on Aging and AT&T, who are offering 50 technology grants up to 150 unduplicated participants to support digital literacy across older adults over 21 states. In the amount of up to $9,000, also non-matching. This grant opportunity directly aligns with our commission goal of implementing the Parks Master Plan by expanding our active older adults program. A little bit more quick data. We have 193 AOA members, 2,200 check-ins as of the fiscal year 2025. And over the span of 8 AOA programs we have had during that time. Currently, I'm co-instructing a Tech Goes Home program, which right now we have 8 members. We had the class maxed at 10. 2 of them had to drop out because they were sick. After 2 months of preparing, 2 weeks of instruction, and we have another 2 classes to go over the course of the month. We have quickly realized that it's a much needed program for our older adult community, and entering them into the technology space. So with the 2 instructors, we're able to teach up again 10 participants, but we also have a wait list of 30 participants. And that's not including anyone else in our community that doesn't know about the program yet. So when this came across my desk, I knew it was a definite need, and hopes that you all agree. A couple of quotes that we've had from our AOA members, just a short couple of classes that we've already had. Being able to own and know how to use a computer has been a huge asset. How to even Google and get on websites, and confidently being able to log online without feeling like they're going to get scammed. Is a huge deterrent for a lot of people that don't understand technology. So depending on the tiered selection, participating organizations will receive between $4,500 and $9,000, again, non-matching. Additionally, participating organizations will receive 2 to 4 laptop computers. All participating organizations will receive training, technical assistance, and access to the materials to host workshops. Materials are available in both English and Spanish. This grant offers our aging community a safe lifeline to be able to communicate with families, doctors, and their community. Does the commission have any questions?
Excuse me. Will the participants be able to keep their computer on which they're working?
Yes, yes. So the grant, if we say we got $9,000 and they would each get a laptop, and then they're asking that there be 150 unique participants, so the same person cannot take that same class twice. So we'd be reaching out to the community at large.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Thank you, Ms. Barbara.
You're welcome, thank you.
Fingers crossed. All right, moving on to item 8, approval to purchase 2 Ford F-150 Lightning trucks for the solid waste division, resolution number 25-1828. Ms. Director Tate.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, Commissioners. I guess everybody heard that little thunder clap.
A little bit.
Just wanted to point out before, I discuss this, that, about a week ago, we had a major event in Chattanooga, and while it devastated the interstate and Brainerd area, and unfortunately some folks lost their lives, but here in Red Bank, our stormwater system prevailed, and we had no major incidents to report. I think Mr. Clifford had some water in his front yard, and we'll address that. But everything, that event could have happened anywhere, and it's just unfortunate it happened in our area. I would also like to say something too to Tracy. I just realized how you lined up these items on the agenda. She had all the good news stories, all the donations of land and money and grants and all that, and then here I come up here asking for money. So while the vibe's still good, we're looking to purchase 2 more Ford Lightning EV trucks for the solid waste department. Right now, they have a 2010 and 2 2008 pickup trucks with lots of hours on them, and 2 of them are in failing condition. They still do their job, but they're wore out. If you remember, a few months ago, we ordered 2 for the street department. This will be for the solid waste department to replace 2 trucks in that department with EV trucks. And it's the same statewide contract. Money was budgeted in the solid waste department. It was part of the loan, revenue from the loan that we'll be paying these back as debt service over the next, I guess, 3 or 4 years.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Did you say they're fully electric?
They're
Or hybrid?
fully electric.
Okay.
Fully electric. And they're fully upfitted with headache rack and lights, and so they'll be ready to put in service as soon as we get them.
Amazing.
Do we have a timeline for their arrival?
Well, it's probably going to be after the first of the year. I'm hoping the January, February timeframe. The Lonnie Cobb Ford holds a statewide contract, and their salesman stays in contact with Randy Bell, and he has indicated that they are soon to be scheduled for production. So it just depends on where we get in the line, how many they have produced. So, usually they tell us when the production starts, it's 120 days. So we'll see. It's more information than we've been able to get from our previous vendor.
That's good. It's helpful. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, Director Tate. Moving on to item 9, authorize agreement with Total Resources for leaf pickup and additional seasonal services in an amount not to exceed $18,000. Resolution number 25-1829. Director.
Thank you again, Mayor. This is our normal leaf collection temp service that we normally participate in. In other years, we've done $18,000 just out of solid waste.
Mm-hmm.
This year, there's money there to do that, but this year I put money in the street division budget, because what happens is during leaf season, we have to take guys out of the street department and put on the leaf trucks, which leaves the street department with no labor. So I kind of divvied the money up so that the street department could bring in some temporary labor to help in those situations too. But this is just, as I said, it's our normal leaf collection temp service that we normally participate with when that time comes.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions?
Well, I had a little bit of a question. With the 38% fee time, that is to bump up the minimum pay to $20 an hour?
No, that's the rate that the 38% is the rate that the temp company, it's their service charge.
Okay, all right, service charge.
Yeah,
Thank you.
the actual employees, they'll be paying somewhere around $17 to $18 an hour.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to item 10, approve CARTA service agreement, resolution number 25-1826. Mr. Granum.
Thank you, Mayor Dalton and Commissioners, and I'm going to do my best to represent Director Slay, who can't be with us tonight, but I'm standing in her stead. I'll park the word $30,000 and just put it out there. There's an ad jingle stuck in my head, and I will say that Resolution 25-1826 is a little resolution with a big story to tell. So, what is that big story? Well, first of all, I'd like to orient you to some of the materials that we have tonight. In the regular session packet is the resolution itself. And in the work session packet is two documents. The first one is a interlocal agreement between the City of Red Bank and CARTA, the Chattanooga Area Regional Transportation Authority. The interlocal agreement has some important components. It establishes the service hours, and it also establishes the costs to the City of Red Bank. The second item in your work session packet is the Caravan Client Service Policy, which establishes the relationship between CARTA and the riders, and that establishes the fare, which is $3.50, with an opportunity to reduce that if they participate in certain payment provisions that CARTA offers. So that's the materials before you. How did we get here to this amazing point, I might say? Well, it began 3 commissions ago with the election of Holly Berry, Stephanie Dalton, and Pete Phillips. And that commission, they joined former Commissioner Ed LeCompte and former Commissioner Ruth Janot. That commission, 3 commissions ago, set us on this path. And that path has been sustained by the previous commission and now this commission. There's been tremendous continuity of the vision to pursue paratransit services for Red Bank. And so we're building year over year, enriching the relationship with CARTA, cultivating a patron base who understands the services that's being offered. And we get to this point now, we're on the cusp of a sustainable relationship. And that's what this resolution before us does. So I wanted to tell that backstory. And I also want to recognize some folks here who are with us, and I will ask them to come up here in a minute, but I want to recognize them right now. Scott Wilson is the CARTA Chief of Staff, and Mark Poirier, right here, is the Director of Paratransit for CARTA. And I'll ask them to come up here and join me in just a minute. So now I want to recap the actual context of the resolution itself. Remember, $30,000. So, Resolution 21-1420, a couple of years back, authorized a grant application for funding toward paratransit services. And subsequently, CARTA, for and on behalf of the City of Red Bank, was awarded a Section 5310 Enhanced Mobility of Seniors and Individuals with Disabilities grant in the amount of $21,000. That partially funded a 3-year pilot program that offered paratransit services to residents of Red Bank. That pilot program concluded on the 30th of June of this year. Subsequent to that, we have entered into a service agreement with CARTA and budgeted for additional money, that is to pick up where the grant left off. Last year, there was still some grant money, so we budgeted $15,600 for the previous fiscal year. This year, we are budgeting for the full amount that the City of Red Bank has to pay, and basically a fair City of Red Bank contribution, and that adds up to the total cost. And all those costs are in that packet in the work session where those costs are broken out. You might recall that recently we passed Resolution 25-1781. That was our first annual service agreement. This service agreement before you now replaces that and is the service agreement for the current fiscal year, and that is Resolution 25-1826. Some of the details is the city does pay CARTA for the service that is provided to residents of Red Bank. The rider pays a fare per trip, and that's $3.50, and the City of Red Bank, with this budgeted amount, pays the rest that is due for that service that CARTA provides. It is budgeted out of our State Street Aid Fund. Up to 22.22% of our State Street Aid allocation is eligible for mass transit services is well below that cap. This $30,000 is well below that cap, and it is budgeted out of our State Street Aid Fund in the Public Works Department. So to begin 1 July 2025 and ending June 30, 2026, with automatic renewal and discretionary termination provisions, we are poised to continue to offer paratransit services to benefit elderly, 65 and older, disabled, and otherwise qualified eligible residents of the city of Red Bank with this $30,000. And there's actually a bit more. This good news story continues to get better. Commissioner David Sharp, our District 6 Hamilton County Commissioner, and his colleague that represents East Ridge is also contributing money to this effort. East Ridge, like Red Bank, is offering CARTA Care Pet services. So we have a arrangement whereby CARTA actually has this arrangement whereby the county will add $9,180 and subsidize the first 612 trips by $15. So this is a good news story. And the bottom line is this sort of partnership between cities, the county, and the agency involved, in this case CARTA, is really what it takes to make a regional thing like paratransit services thrive. So with that, all that said, I would like to invite David or Scott, David or Mark, if they would like to add anything on behalf of CARTA. Hello, Scott.
Good
Hi,
evening.
good to meet you.
Commissioners.
Welcome.
Everything important's already been said, so I'll be brief. I would like to first commend this commission for what you're doing for your citizens who have paratransit needs. You're helping them get to work, get to the grocery store, get to medical attention, and it's taken extraordinary effort, but I think it's well worth it. And I'd like to also, as you said, Commissioner Sharp went to bat, and the county mayor came through with some money to help, and I'm thankful for that partnership because it takes all of us to make this happen. But I would also like to commend your professional staff. They've been really great to work with. It's been an exemplary relationship. Mr. Poyer is the expert. He came to us from Florida and fixed our paratransit program in months. I've never seen anything like it, but we're here to serve transportation needs, and I hope our relationship grows as the years go by. Thank you very much. If there are
Mr.
any
Wilson.
questions, I'll point to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Scott.
Any questions, comments? I think we're just very excited to be able to continue this partnership with CARTA, offering this much needed service. As I mention all the time, I'm a social worker, so anything we can do to improve quality of life and provide needed resources to the folks most in need in our community, that's our duty to do. So I'm glad we're doing it here today.
Thank you, Mayor. And I'll end by saying the professional staff that Scott's referring to is Director Slay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir. All right, moving on to item 11, Nonprofit Citizens Advisory Board Award FY25 ARPA Grant Funds to Nonprofits, Resolution number 25-1827. Mr. Granum.
Thank you, Mayor and Commission. Again, I'm standing in for Director Slay, and I hope to do this justice because this is an epic moment for a lot of people in the room here. I'll begin by orienting you to the information in the packet. In the regular session packet is the resolution, which is the commission action that will allow us to do what we're proposing to do. In the work session packet is some important working documents. There are 11 MOUs between the city of Red Bank and each of the nonprofits who are recommended for award of a microgrant. And there's also a succinct summary of each nonprofit and the amount of the award and what that nonprofit does. So I commend all those to go into that work session packet and just look at the amazing work that each of these nonprofits are doing. So that's the materials before us. At this point, I would like to recognize the members of the Nonprofit Citizens Advisory Board. Chair Hillary Evans, Hedrick Webster, Lori Kyle, Lisanne Bowling, Freddie Hanner, and Tiffany Bell. Are you, any of you here? Please stand up.
Yes, please stand up.
Great.
Please stand
All
up.
right. Thank you, members of the advisory board. They've done a heavy lift for you, for staff, for the community. And we are grateful. Let's see. I will introduce the nonprofits here in a little bit, but let me go and explain the resolution itself. The City of Red Bank did adopt by Resolution 22-1477 in March of 2022 a multi-year spending strategy for receiving American Rescue Plan Act funds to include a total allocation of approximately $150,000 to nonprofit endeavors serving the citizens of Red Bank. And the City of Red Bank, by Resolution 22-1542, did establish a Citizens Advisory Board to assist with nonprofit endeavors. The Red Bank Nonprofit Citizens Advisory Board was further tasked with developing and implementing an annual nonprofit organization grant application and to evaluate grant applicants for award of up to $50,000 annually over a 3-year period. This is our second year. The Nonprofit Citizens Advisory Board did publicly solicit the 2025 Red Bank Nonprofit Organization Grant application, and the Citizens Advisory Board did evaluate 20 grant applications received from various nonprofits, and 11 are hereby recommended for funds. And they are. So I would ask, as I call them out, if they would stand up, and we'll have 11 rounds of applause. For an award of $10,000, the Red Bank Community Food Pantry represented tonight by Sarah Kavlicek and Heather Hammond. Recommended for $5,000, Downside Up, represented tonight by Jenny Pete and Teresa Nix. For an award of $5,000, La Paz Chattanooga, represented tonight by Jessica Cliche and Brenda Zaragoza. The Learning Gardens at Red Bank Elementary, represented tonight by Lindsay Hagan.
And Megan.
Waterways for an award of $5,000, and unfortunately, Mary Beth Sutton and Brooke Fleeman are unable to be here. Is there anybody from Waterways here tonight? Okay, I didn't think so. They let us know they couldn't make it. Be the Change Youth Initiative, recommended for $4,000, represented tonight by Sydney Garrett and students.
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe they'll be here at the regular commission.
Okay.
Just the Right Purpose, represented by Haley Belk. And that was for $4,000. For $4,000, the Northside Neighborhood House, represented by Jessica Watley and Swiffer Vision of Mercy, represented by Marco Moore. That was recommended for $4,000. Also, the Red Bank High School Lions Band recommended for $2,000, represented by Kimberly Kennedy, and I don't think she's here yet.
Oh, there's it's Wimberly Kennedy. Wimberly.
It is Wimberly Kennedy.
You said Kimberly.
And the Tennessee Humane Animal League were recommended for $2,000, represented by Tina Lonnie. Mayor, that concludes my staff report, and thank you, ma'am.
Excellent. Thank you. I wonder if would we have a few minutes to maybe invite them up here to give a brief summary of what they will be using the funds for, and maybe for a photo. Who was first on our list, Mr. Granum?
I will choreograph this. Red Bank Community Food Pantry.
Step up if you.
Sure.
Ms. Hammond, you come on up.
We all know the amazing work you do, but
Well, I'm new at this. This is my second week.
Oh.
I think that we put in for 2 refrigerators to hold eggs and milk that we can possibly get that we haven't been able to get in the store, and also for extra funds for the electrical for the refrigerators and extra money for food. So
Yes. Thank you so much for what you guys do for our neighbors.
we love it. It is
Yes.
really nice to be in the neighborhood.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much. All
The
right.
outside up.
Welcome.
I'm Teresa Nix with Downside Up.
Teresa.
And just so people know, we help children with disabilities and their families. And I brought these wonderful women on board, and they are going to tell you a little bit about our program.
Excellent.
So, we're going to be using the funds to support a regulating program or a emotion regulation program for both parents and children. It's an interdisciplinary program. I'm a psychologist, and my colleague here, Jenny, is an occupational therapist. And so it's a 10-week program that's actually been implemented in a variety of different places. The program was originally from Cincinnati Children's, and they have a really nice evidence base in terms of its effectiveness, in terms of teaching skills to children, and also teaching or providing support to parents and learning how to coach their children for emotion regulation, and have really nice outcome data in terms of after the group, reducing emotion dysregulation, hospitalization, difficulties in terms of that often result in ED, emergency situations for the family. And so we're really looking forward to be able to implement this program for our community. It's a 10-week program and engaging both parents and the children.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Chattanooga.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. We're very excited to be here and the opportunity to work with the Latino community here in Red Bank. We're going to use the funds to have ESL classes for the Latino community, computer classes, and also women's group, where we're planning on talking about issues they may have and resources they can, reach out to. Also support them as parents, as moms, and am I forgetting something? Probably. Access.
That sounds like a lot.
I'm not prepared, but I know where we're gonna be doing. We're really excited to be here. We know that you have a lot of Latino, the Latino community here is big, and we've been trying to reach out, and we just want to be here as as community members to work together, and they're gonna have access to business programs, and that's our goal, to equip them with resources and information that they may not have the opportunity to,
We're so grateful. Thank you so much.
Learning Gardens.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We are so grateful for your continued support of Red Bank Elementary and how we work to grow all students as learners, leaders, and innovators. The Learning Gardens has been an amazing transformation of a 9,000 square foot space that Megan Autry, we call her Chef Autry at school, has really been the mastermind behind. So we have seen this space go from just a grass field to, how many beds do we have now?
almost 50.
Almost 50 beds that students have so much agency over. Second grade designed pollinator gardens when they started pollinators, and now they're bursting with flowers and they're observing them. We're getting to see it come full circle. But what's most special about this and what this year's funding will allow us to continue to do is make sure it's accessible for all students. So we are making sure that all, whether they're in a wheelchair, whatever disability they may have. So we'll be adding some shade, more handicap accessible beds so that students can plant and pick and really interact with the garden, and also some sensory and spaces like a mud kitchen and different things to interact with that social emotional side that a lot of our kids really need so much of.
Love that.
Thank you so much again for all of your support. We really do appreciate it. Seeing the kids grow and just bloom as they've gotten back into the gardens this week has been incredible. And so I could not be more grateful for all of your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Mayor, I'll speak to Waterways. Waterways is a local organization that is basically focused on water quality and streams and rivers. And they do a number of litter removals and a variety of things. This particular one is going to be focused on Stringer's Branch. This amazing community asset, which is a commission goal, by the way, to focus on that. And they are going to work to restore the riparian zone and stream bank of Stringer's Branch behind the police station, this building, and behind City Hall, basically from Lancaster to Newberry. That stretch of Stringer's Branch is what will be improved under this grant.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Next up is Be the Change.
They're not here either.
I think they're still not here.
Next up is Just the Right Purpose. And
She just stepped down.
Northside Neighborhood House, come on up.
Best part. I'm Jessica, CEO at Northside Neighborhood House. We are so grateful for our partnership with Red Bank, especially with our community school work, which we're now in 10 schools, and the very first one was Red Bank High School, which we're super proud of, just with our holistic approach to being able to surround the whole community and serving our students and families to help them succeed. We are most excited, I want to tell you about these people though, because they're the real ones that make the magic happen every day. You may remember this wonderful face, Chelsea Moorhead, who's been our coordinator at Red Bank Elementary for years. She's got a promotion and she's now a director and overseeing our new coordinators. This is Sean Clifton, who's at Red Bank High School. This is Lily Smith, who's at Red Bank Elementary. And then Caroline Powell is our new Red Bank Middle School coordinator, who couldn't be here tonight. But I can't wait for you all to meet them and see what they're doing in our schools.
Hey, wonderful. Welcome. And thank you.
Vision of Mercy.
Hello, I'm Diane Moore.
Hi.
Marshall Moore's my husband. At Vision of Mercy, we help the homeless community in Chattanooga, Hicks, and Red Bank, Signal Mountain, Tiptonia. Wherever we can find someone that's homeless, we're able to help them. We provide non-perishable food bags where each bag, they can live off of that for 3 days. And with each bag we give them a home-cooked meal, not hamburgers and hot dogs, a home-cooked meal. We pass out approximately 250 bags and 250 hot meals. And we also have our Hope for Hopeless of students. Now that school has started back, we're partnered with an elementary school, a middle school, and we're hoping to pick up one of the biggest high schools in Chattanooga to be part of their food bank, because we know that a lot of kids go to school and they only go to school so they can eat. So those two schools, we provide them with 50 food bags because the counselors know the kids that come in the office and say, you know, they may need something extra to eat, so they can take home a food bag. Then one of the schools has an after school program. We take them hot meals for the kids to take home. And if they have a person at home that needs a meal, they let them know. So we take extra meals. We partner up with churches and any organizations where we can help feed kids. Twice a month, we go out to two Chattanooga project developments, the West Side and East Lake. We pass out 50 hot meals 1 week in one and 50 hot meals in the next. So we're very, very active in the community. We go out to the 10 city locations. We give them tents, blankets, raincoats, a toiletry bag of all the toiletries that we need. So we're very, very thankful for the support that you have given us.
Incredible. Thank you so much.
Red Bank High School, Lions Band.
You don't want to give me the trumpet. I just wanted to thank you all for helping with the Blue Light Band program. These funds specifically are going to help with private instruction. A lot of our students have been auditioning for region and all-state honor bands, and the amount of instruction and one-on-one that takes is a lot. And with a program that is growing, but we've got about 60 students at the moment, it is imperative that they have some of that one-on-one instruction, and that's what a lot of students are getting in other spaces that they are competing against. And some of our students are not fortunate enough to be able to afford that help. And so having this opportunity where they can have every opportunity that every other high school kid has is just great for our program and helps the band as a whole. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Tennessee Humane Animal League.
Hi there. So Tennessee Humane Animal League, otherwise known as Pet Placement Center, is a small private no-kill animal shelter out Dayton Boulevard. We have been over capacity for months now. All of the public intake shelters have been over capacity for months now. And one of the reasons that happens is because there are so many unaltered pets here, there, and everywhere that end up trying to come into the shelter system. So the best way to prevent that is to spay and neuter pets. We spay and neuter all of our animals before they get adopted out. McCamey and HES do as well, but there are many, many owned pets in Chattanooga that are not altered. And it's astounding how quickly 2 cats becomes 1,000. If you do not spay and neuter your animals, it's also astounding how much it costs to spay and neuter a pet. We're talking in excess of $400 or $500. This program is for low-income residents of Hamilton County. And so we are looking to subsidize the cost of that spay and neuter surgery to make it affordable for people who would otherwise not be able to afford it. A lot of the applicants that we've already served are hovering around the poverty line. So thank you very much for the support. It's very much needed and appreciated.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you all so much for being here and for the work that you do for our neighbors in our community. The final item, well, second to last item of business is for citizen comments on items on this work session agenda. Mr. Granum.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the time for citizen comments. Please observe these rules. Comments are limited to 2 minutes here in the work session, and the city recorder will operate a timer. Please respect her direction and conclude any comments if time expires. Comments should be addressed to the board as a whole and not to a particular commissioner, the city staff, or to the audience. The commission is here to listen, not to respond or engage in back and forth, so please do not expect a reply during citizen comment. At this time, citizens are invited to the podium. Please begin by stating your name and address.
Clifford McKay, 2618 Berkeley. I just like to comment on the 7.7 acres being given to the city. Obviously, the field is basically a cemetery, so I assume, obviously, now we will officially have it and maintain it. In Parks and Recreation, we have to keep it mowed, whatever, or else have it mowed. So it's good and bad. Of course, it's good because it is there. It's in Red Bank, and it's a needed thing. And the reality is, of course, also the trail thing, and also it's a good thing, but also has a cost. But it's a cost. It's an acceptable cost. How's that?
Thank you, Mr. McKay. Mr. Graby, do you want to? Oh, Ms. Kyle, sorry. We have another citizen comment.
Hi, my name is Lori Kyle. I live Reading Road, Red Bank. I just want to, I'm a huge proponent of CARTA. I want to thank for the consideration. I am hearing impaired, so it's important where I can, and we're going down to a 1-car family. So it is important that I be able to have access to get to my appointments, as well as our other disabled, healthy, and our senior citizens. So that's a great proposal. Thank you very much. It would be a great, great asset to Red Bank.
Thank you, Ms. Kyle. There are no other citizen comments. I'll have Mr. Graby, if you want to speak for just a minute to the.
Thank you. Yes. So the 7.7 acres in question are all steep wooded hillside right now that are completely overgrown by invasive species such as kudzu and other items. So at this moment, right now, we are still very much in the planning stages. And Trust for Public Lands is actually going after a national grant to help with the next planning stages for this, for what will develop into the field. So at this point right now, there won't be any additional maintenance needs at this point. And the grant funding will help us figure out what those next steps are to move forward.
Excellent. Thank you. Vice Mayor.
I just want to clarify that the city does already own the property that the actual cemetery is on.
Correct.
And the parcels that are being donated at this point are only to facilitate access to that cemetery that is already on Red Bank property currently.
That is correct. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Gravy. All right, any other citizen comments on items on this agenda? If not, is there any other business to discuss? Okay. Oh, Mr. Graham?
Just to remind that if you want a photo op, we can
Oh, sure.
pull all the nonprofits, maybe the commission, and everybody right down here will get a picture.
Thank you. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and adjourn the work session and we'll return here in just a few minutes around 6 to start our regular meeting. And yeah, if the nonprofit folks, if you'd love to come up